Get ready for summer with this tutorial on how to turn men's jeans into these adorable shorts.
Hey guys, I am super excited to share today's activity with you. So I have been seeing all of these videos of these girls who they go to Walmart, they get the guys' jeans, and then they cut them and they turn them into shorts. And I never knew like which jeans are you supposed to get, etc., etc. And then a girl posted and she said that the best ones are the Rustlers. So I went to Walmart and I got myself a pair of Rustlers. They were about $15. And I did get the size 29 and they seem to fit pretty well. They are a little bit big, so I did order some buttons so that I can add a new button to make it a little bit tighter. So follow along as we cut up this pair of jeans. So one thing that I actually thought about afterwards is the pockets go like super duper far down and I want them to be a little bit on the shorter side. So I am actually going to go in and just kind of pull the pocket up a little bit. That way, whenever I go to actually cut it, it's not going to cut the pocket. And how I'm going to do it is I am actually going to angle it so that it is where the inside of the pant leg is going to be a little bit longer than the outside. And I have my little tool and just a regular cutting board. That like didn't cut it at all. Okay, so that's not working. So we are going to open it and you can kind of see where the lines were. So let's see if I can do it going this way now instead. Haha, we have success. The good part about this is because they're just gonna be like kind of ripped and messy, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is harder than I expected it to be. These things are thick. Okay, so I was able to go through and cut them and I'd say that they're pretty even. I did try to, after I did the first one, I did actually end up flipping it over so that I could just line it up. And I think that that worked really well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm gonna add a couple of slits to it. And what you want to do is you wanna make sure that you're not cutting on that pocket again. So I'm just gonna do a couple slits on each of the legs and then maybe like one or two on the back. Okay, so I did about 3 on that side. So I'm going to switch to the other leg and do about 3 more on this side. Once again, I am making sure that that pocket is pulled out. Okay, so I added my slits and I am going to add one kind of up here on the pocket. And I think I want to do it on the right pocket. So switching that back over. And you kind of are gonna wanna pinch it because the inside of the pocket is there as well. So you're gonna wanna pinch and pull that pocket out and then instead you're gonna wanna use scissors. So let me grab my scissors. I'm just gonna do 2 smaller slits. I think I'm also gonna kind of texture the edges here maybe a little bit. I went a little too far, but that's okay. And I'm gonna do just a couple on this side, trying to not go too far this time. Okay, and if you're like me, I love the look of like the back pocket, but I forever put my phone in my right pocket and I don't want it to fall out because I have had that happen. So I am going to do a couple of slits in the left butt pocket. And once again, you just want to make sure that you are pulling that bottom part out so that we aren't cutting all the way through. And even then, I still did them a little bit higher and not too big. That way, if for some reason I do need to put something in this pocket, it's not too big of a deal and it shouldn't fall out. And then the butt pocket that I didn't do, I am gonna just kind of like distress the sides a little bit. So I'm not actually like putting holes in it. I'm just kind of rubbing the sharper edge against it to kind of give it more of like a little bit of that distressed look. And I'm hoping that whenever I toss it into the wash, it'll kind of come out a little bit more too. So I'm kind of doing that like where the seams are. Okay, I think we are good to go. So the next step is you pop them in the washer. Let's see how they turn out. Okay, so they have been through the wash and through the dryer, and I will say I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. That's the back. The only thing that I think I would have done differently is I do feel like I probably could have scratched them up a little bit more. I was really worried that if I did too much, that they would just like basically fall apart and not even be wearable. So I do think that I could have made the cuts a little bit bigger. And so I'm going to try them on now. All right, and this is how they look on. Pretty cute, pretty cute. They have this cute little back section. They are still a little bit big. I did order little buttons, and I think I'm gonna add the button to make it tighter, and I think that that will really help. The great thing is with these, you can also roll the ends if you want them to be a little bit shorter, and that looks pretty cute too. I'm thinking about maybe like embroidering some on them. I don't know yet. I'm not sure if I want to do that. You'll have to give me some ideas. I will say I do now have all of this pant leg, and I don't know what to do with it. So if you have any fun craft ideas or any ideas of things that I can do with this, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm gonna go enjoy my new pair of shorts. See you guys next time.